Jai Swami everyone. Very good morning and namaste.
Namaste.
Today on our foundation day, it feels that we are blessed with your kind presence, and on this occasion, I would like to welcome you all with a nice quote in Gujarati. કે ભીંજાવામાં નડતર જેવું લાગે છે, શરીર શુદ્ધા બખ્તર જેવું લાગે છે. મને કાનમાં કયું પુરાણી છત્રીએ ઉગડી જઈએ અવસર જેવું લાગે છે. Coming together is beginning. Keeping together is progress. And working together is success. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome one of you to the 14th Foundation Day of My Apple School Sanskar Foundation. At the same time, I also take this opportunity to heartily thank one and all for being a part of this unique celebration. To begin our 14th Foundation Day celebration, let us mark the beginning of this day with a song reflecting our core values, which is sung by the students of My Apple School Sanskar Foundation.
वैष्णवजन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे.
पर दुखे उपकार करे तो ये मन अभिमान नाणी रे.
वैष्णवजन तो तेने कहिए जे
पीड़ पराई जाने रे.
सकल लोकमा सहुने वंदे, निंदा न करेगे रे.
सकल लोक मां सहुने वंदे,
निंदा न करेगे रे. वाच काच मन निश्चल राखे, धन धन जननी तेनी रे.
वाच काच मन निश्चल राखे, धन धन जननी तेनी रे.
वैष्णवजन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे. पर दुखे उपकार करे तो ये मन अभिमान आने रे. वैष्णवजन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे.
My Apple School Sanskar Foundation was established on 1st August 2007 with a vision to create responsible citizens who can take an honored place amongst cultured people. Our vision clearly reflects that, along with academics, how important it is to nurture values, culture, and goal setting into the young minds for them to become future responsible citizens. Each and every team member at My Apple School Sanskar Foundation is committed towards providing a joyful learning environment where a child gets the freedom to think, explore, feel, and develop the confidence to set his goal for life. Teachers or gurus stand beside them as a guiding light till the child is ready and confident to take the real world after spending more than one decade at their school that is second home. I'm sure the question must be arising in your minds as how can a school where child spends only 15 years out of average lifespan of 70 years can be considered as a second home? My dear friends, I will not say anything further on this topic as we are truly blessed and honored to have with us today the Guru himself, respected Dr. Gyanvatsal Swami from BAPS Swaminarayan Sanstha, who has agreed to be with us and interact on school is child's second home and how, and obliged us with his presence today. Respected Dr. Gyanvatsal Swami, who needs no introduction with his profound knowledge and insights on a wide spectrum of subjects. He has participated in various conferences and millions of people across India, Europe, USA, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. He has been one of the most popular motivational speakers from BAPS Swaminarayan Sanstha, creating an everlasting positive impact in people's lives, transforming their intellect quotient, emotional quotient, and spiritual quotient. He has he has been serving he has served as an interpreter with earlier BAPS spiritual head, His Holiness Pramukh Swami Maharaj, in many of his religious world tours. He has been instrumental in carrying out many youth development and social cultural projects of BAPS Vadodara, India. After completing his Bachelor's of Engineering from esteemed BVM College of Engineering Vallabh Vidyanagar in Gujarat, Dr. Gyanvatsal Swami has dedicated his life to BAPS Swaminarayan Sanstha since 1992 and has transformed lives of millions of people by interacting with more than 25,000 families across 30 countries of different ethnic groups. You will be surprised to know that Pujya Gyanvatsal Swami has delivered more than 15,000 talks and speeches across the world. This visionary has met and interacted with more than 3 million people and 5,000 leaders from various social and professional backgrounds. And yet, this great soul, out of his extremely busy schedule, has humbly accepted our invitation and request to address the parents, students, and all our guests at My Apple School Sanskar Foundation. Sir, we are extremely thankful from the bottom of our hearts and heartily welcome your kind soul to the 14th Foundation Day celebration of My Apple School Sanskar Foundation. It will be difficult to hold the audience any further because we have more than 150 number of participants watching Gyanvatsal Swami live on YouTube and Facebook right now. So I kindly request you to address us. Dear Gyanvatsal Swami, Jai Swaminarayan.
श्री स्वामीनारायण भगवान की जय। अक्षर पुरुषोत्तम महाराज की जय। राधा कृष्ण देव की जय। सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज की जय। महंत स्वामी महाराज की जय। प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज शताब्दी महोत्सव की जय। With prostrations at the divine feet of Bhagwan Swaminarayan and my Guru Hari, Param Pujya Pramukh Swami Maharaj, and Pragat Guru Hari, Param Pujya Mahant Swami Maharaj, my heartiest namaskar, good morning, Jai Swaminarayan, and a happy International Friendship Day, especially to my good friend Shri Kirat Vaishnav, and of course, all the My Apple School Sanskar Foundation family. That is all the students, little ones, of My Apple School, their parents, and invited guests. Today being the 14th foundation day of My Apple School, Sanskar Foundation, that is 1st of August. It's a happy occasion on a fine Sunday morning to come together for a fine sharing and caring for each other. And the topic that has been shared with me is school, the second home for the child, isn't it? Many of the parents must be feeling this. आप सभी को भी ये अनुभव होता होगा, परिवारजनों सभी को, कि आपका बच्चा स्कूल में जाके, जिस स्कूल में माँ आपका स्कूल में आपने भर्ती किया है, बहुत कुछ सीख के आता है. विद्या तो जरूर सीखता है, संस्कार भी सीखता है, नैतिकता, प्रामाणिकता जैसे सद्गुण भी सीखता है, समाज प्रेम, समाज सेवा और राष्ट्र सेवा के सूत्र भी सीखता है, भावनाएं भी सीखता है, और देश प्रेम, मनुष्य के प्रति प्रेम, ये सभी कोई सद्गुण परिवार भी देते हैं, समाज में मित्र भी देते हैं, सगे भी देते हैं, और स्कूल भी देते हैं. So on the 14th foundation of this My Apple School Sanskar Foundation, I wish more and more such good activities of Sanskar Sinchan, of value to be imbibed, of virtues to be cultivated, of manners to be learned from such schools for the children. ये सभी बातें इस स्कूल में सिखाई जाती हैं, इसलिए ये स्कूल इज चिल्ड्रंस सेकंड होम. आप सब पेरेंट्स अच्छी तरह से अपने बालक का पोषण घर में करते हो, और कई प्रकार का पोषण उस बालक का ऐसे स्कूल में होता है. Because at school the teachers actually they are the architects of the future. बालक का भविष्य, भविष्य का वो अच्छा प्रोफेशनल, भविष्य का एक वो अच्छा नागरिक, that means a smart professional, a wonderful human being, an ideal citizen, and a great devotee of God. ये सभी बातें स्कूल में अच्छी तरह से सिखाई जाती है. तो बचपन से ये बालक को एक संस्कार पड़ जाते हैं, एक आदत सी पड़ जाती है, जिसकी वजह से वे अपने जीवन के हर दिन के दिनचर्या में, ये रूटीन में ये सब बैठा सकता है वो. So school is called the second home for children. और जहां जैसे किराट ने बताया भी किस तरह से केयर, कंसर्न और कंसिडरेशन की बात आती है, where the teachers are taking utmost care of the children. The teachers are actually the second parents of the child. And a wonderful combination of parents back home, that is the biological parents back home, and the academic parents at school can nurture the future of the child. Such things happen at school. And so school is the second home for the child. First important aspect in this is, at school, he gets knowledge. And knowledge is power. Knowledge is a platform whereupon an individual can sit upon and discuss and decide his future. So when your child is getting knowledge, which probably as biological parents, you are not that capable of giving him at home, because you need an institution, you need a system, you need a group of teachers to groom your child into a knowledgeable person. And that grooming happens at the school. So school is your child's second home. School is your child's second home. because he gets knowledge. Bhagwan Swaminarayan has also written the Sikshapatri. Now I'm talking to the teachers. Vidyadan is Mahadan as prescribed in the scriptures, as we say and hear in the society. So when teachers are imparting knowledge to children, they are creating the future of the society, they are creating the future of the country. So teachers are taking utmost care, and when teachers take utmost care to tuition their pupils, be it a 90% plus A++ grade student, or less than 50%, less than 60%, a C class student. But when a real teacher, I use the word not just a teacher, but a real teacher, cares for both the types of students, so that they become smart professionals, wonderful human beings, and ideal citizens of the society. Pramukh Swami Maharaj, our Guru, used to say that, and because of this, he has opened many educational institutes in our organization, that is the BAPS Swaminarayan Sanskar. He has done it. And we run this wonderful educational institutes across Gujarat, in Nagpur, in London, and many places. He used to say that academics is very important in life. By academics, a person has the power to shape his own future. So the first important aspect, that school gives knowledge, school gives a good academics, gets your child academically qualified, and thus it is the second home of your child. When teachers are caring like parents, it becomes the second home of your child. Now the second important aspect, how the school is the second home of your child. Pramukh Swami Maharaj, our Guru, used to say, when he was asked the question, what is real education? He said, the heart of education is the education of heart. हृदय का शिक्षण क्या है? वो शिक्षण का हृदय है. The heart of education is the education of heart. Well, your textbooks, your reference books, your library, your internet, your other sources of information will make a person knowledgeable. But at the same time, we want your children to become wise. School plays a very important role in making your children not just knowledgeable, but wisdom filled as well. So it is the second home of your child. Wisdom क्या है? हृदय का शिक्षण क्या है? जो प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज ने बताया कि शिक्षण का हृदय का शिक्षण है. बहुत अच्छे शब्द है, समझने लायक शब्द है, जीवन में उतारने लायक शब्द है. आपके विद्यार्थी पे प्रयोग करने लायक ये सब शब्द है. तो इस प्रकार के शब्द और भावना से you will go beyond your textbooks. I'm talking to the teachers this particular aspect, because Harvard University में ये बात बताई गई है. वैसे तो वो पुस्तक है what they don't teach you at Harvard. ये पुस्तक में बताया गया है कि basically for the complete development of the human being, you need 3H to be developed. First H is your hand. When only the hand works, it is labor. Simple. जब सिर्फ हाथ काम करता है, वो सिर्फ मजदूरी है. When your hand and the head work together, it becomes skill. And the third H is the heart. When your hand, head, and heart, all three work together, it becomes art. To teachers, I want to suggest that make each and every act of yours an art. वो एक कला बननी चाहिए. That means you are pouring your heart out. You are educating the heart of your child, of your student. Only then the big transformation becomes a realization. Only then a big change becomes a reality. If you want to make a big transformation and a big change, a realization and a reality, you need to go beyond your textbooks. और वो क्या है? आपसे मैं थोड़ा practical share करना चाहूंगा. Then only the school will become a second home for the child. What is going beyond your textbooks? मुझे पता नहीं आपके पीरियड का टाइमिंग कितना है, 35 मिनट्स है, 40 मिनट्स है, 45 मिनट्स है, लेकिन समझ लो 45 मिनट्स है. So it should not be 45, it should be 40 plus 5. एक नया प्रिंसिपल, एक नया इक्वेशन, एक नई फॉर्मूला मैं आपसे शेयर करना चाहता हूं. और वो क्या है? Your period is not 45 minutes, your period is 40 plus 5. 40 minutes आप सब्जेक्ट पढ़ा लो. जो विषय आपको बच्चों को पढ़ाना है वो अच्छी तरह से आप पढ़ा लो. The last 5 minutes of your period in the classroom, you should be sharing inspirational stories, telling inspirational stories to the children. For that, you need to remain well equipped with the latest happenings in the society, with the modern day information, with the stories of inspiration from live characters, that means people who are physically present upon this earth. And especially who are the icons, who are the heroes, whom the children are seeing time and again, reading about them again and again, wanting to know about them again and again. Last 5 minutes of the period in the classroom should be inspirations, motivations, energizing, uplifting the spirits. This goes beyond your textbook. When this happens in the school becomes the second home for the child because he learns a lot. You have to teach your children to know themselves. You have to teach your children that they create meaningful relationships in their life. You have to teach your children, that is your students, what is active listening, what is active participation. You have to teach your children empathy expressions. You have to teach your children receiving feedbacks from people and projects. You have to teach your children how to manage multitasking, how to manage study related at moment and in future work related stresses. All this goes beyond your textbooks. So all this can happen in the 5 minutes that you take it. And without, I think, taking the consent of my good friend Kirat Vaishnav, today I'm suggesting to all the teachers that you have a 40 plus 5. If it's a 40-minute period, it is 35 plus 5. And you see the change in your children. You are giving them wings by this. You are creating a fire within their belly to become, to soar high and great. That is, become great and soar high. That creation creates smart professionals, great human beings, and ideal citizens of the society. This is what happens because, as Kirat rightly mentioned, that what is the motto of MASSF, that is My Apple School Sanskar Foundation, is to create students, that is individuals, who, two beautiful words that are used in the introduction, and I'm so very much impressed with it, that they take an honored place in the cultured society, in the midst of cultured people. Such one is the motto of the school. The school becomes the second home of the child. Such one is the thought process of all the teachers and also the non-teaching staff. When each and every staff of the school is reminded of this motto again and again, one step further, they living this motto in their life in each and every act at school, then each and every student gets imbibed with this thought and this act. And they become smart professionals, great human beings, and ideal citizens, which is the motto of each and every school. So education of heart This comes by the last 5 minutes of your period, teaching them inspiration, motivational stories. You know what can happen by this? See, we have all seen coal, जिसको हम कोयला बोलते हैं. It is nothing but carbon atoms. Koila is nothing. Coal is nothing but carbon atoms. When these carbon atoms, they come together haphazardly, without a definite system of structure, it becomes coal. कोयला बनता है. If the same carbon atoms come together in a hexagonal structure, those studying in standard 8th or 9th or 10th, and they might have in their chemistry learned about the benzene ring. We used to study that in standard 8th, 9th. In our times, you must be studying most probably the benzene ring, which is hexagonal. When this carbon atoms comes together in a hexagonal structure, it becomes graphite. जो आप पेंसिल में यूज करते हो, जो आप लिखते हो, वो ग्रेफाइट है. वो इसको उसका केमिकल नेम है पीबी, लेड जिसको बोलते हैं LED. But the same carbon atoms, if they come together in a tetrahedral structure, it becomes diamond. So carbon, graphite, and diamond are atom-wise same. Difference is in the arrangement of the atoms inside. कोयला भी कार्बन का बना हुआ है, ग्रेफाइट भी कार्बन का बना हुआ है, और डायमंड भी कार्बन का बना हुआ है. तो फर्क कहां पड़ गया? एक छोटे से डायमंड से आप पूरी ट्रक भर के कोयला खरीद सकते हो. वैसे है तो दोनों सगे भाई हैं. कोल, जिसको हम चारकोल भी बोलते हैं, कोयला कहते हैं, और वे एंड डायमंड आर रियल ब्रदर्स. सगे भाई हैं कि दोनों में कार्बन एटम के अलावा कुछ नहीं है, लेकिन एक कोयला बन गया, एक डायमंड बन गया. व्हाई? इंटरनल अरेंजमेंट. अब ये शब्द याद रखना, टीचर्स और पेरेंट्स, आप ये शब्द याद रखना, इंटरनल अरेंजमेंट. आपकी इंटरनल अरेंजमेंट कैसी होती है? मतलब हेड की तो है, नॉलेज तो है आपके पास, लेकिन नॉलेज के साथ साथ द एजुकेशन ऑफ हार्ट. So that internal arrangement, that carbon atoms in tetrahedral structure makes it a diamond. At my Apple school, each and every teacher, each and every non-teaching staff should have the principal aim in their mind to make each and every student a diamond. Then the school becomes the second home of the child. When you want to make your student diamond, you have to change his internal arrangement. मैं टीचर से क्या एक प्रश्न पूछना चाहूंगा कि आपके क्लास के सभी विद्यार्थी की डिटेल्स आपके पास है? आप बोलेंगे यस. नाम, पिताजी का नाम, माताजी का नाम, लास्ट नेम है, पोस्टल एड्रेस है, पिताजी या माताजी का ईमेल आईडी है, उनका मोबाइल नंबर है, हम इन्फॉर्म कर सकते हैं, कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं. आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग ऑफ ऑल दिस डिटेल्स. दिस आर ऑल फिजिकल डिटेल्स, डेटा जिसको बोलते हैं. ये तो सब कुछ जगह पे होता है. मैं जो बात करना चाहता हूं कि आपके बच्चों के डिटेल्स आपके पास हैं, वो डिटेल्स क्या? कि आपके सभी बच्चे की विशेषता आपको पता है, आपके सभी बच्चे के सद्गुण, कि कौन से विद्यार्थी में कौन सा सद्गुण ज्यादा अच्छा है, वो आपको पता है. आप एक एक विद्यार्थी की टैलेंट क्या है, वो आपको पता है. उसका रजिस्टर मेंटेन किया है. वो जब आप करेंगे तब ये स्टूडेंट्स के लिए, ये बच्चों के लिए स्कूल सेकंड होम बन जाएगी. Am I right or wrong? ये रजिस्टर आप बनाओ. Kirat, this is a suggestion to you. Make your teachers make such a register. Name of the student, his special virtue. For example, he is honest. किसी की पेंसिल गिर गई थी, वो पेंसिल लेके आपके पास आके टीचर, this is somebody's pencil I found इन द गैंगवे क्लासरूम में आपने उस स्टूडेंट को अप्रिशिएट किया, सभी बच्चों के बीच उसको खड़ा करके ये स्टोरी कही, आपने नोट कर लिया कि ही इज ऑनेस्ट। तो वर्च्यूज हैं, टैलेंट्स हैं, स्किल्स हैं। फिर बी साइड, ये ए साइड है ऑफ द स्टूडेंट, बी साइड, उसमें कोई वाइसेस है, उसमें कोई बैड हैबिट्स है, वो भी आपको पता होना चाहिए। इफ आई आस्क यू, हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू टीचर्स हैव मेड अ पर्सनल विजिट टू द होम्स ऑफ योर स्टूडेंट्स? इस क्वेश्चन में तो शायद टीचर्स फेल हो जाएंगे। हम जब छोटे थे, पढ़ते थे, आई स्टडीड इन अ कॉन्वेंट स्कूल, हमको जो टीचर्स पढ़ाती थी वो सब क्रिश्चियन नन्स थे। उनको ये आदत थी, स्कूल की एक सिस्टम थी कि दे यूज्ड टू विजिट आवर होम्स। घर आके स्टडी टेबल चेक करते थे, एट आवर स्टडी प्लेस कैसा स्वच्छ है, बुक्स किस तरह से रखी है, टेक्स्ट बुक्स अलग है, नोटबुक्स अलग है, सब्जेक्ट बुक अलग है। They used to open the drawer of that. They were not concerned with anything else in the house. Study place of my student. फिर बैठ के पेरेंट्स के साथ इंटरेक्ट करते थे, स्टूडेंट को भी साथ में बैठाते थे, फिर स्टूडेंट को बाहर भेजते थे और पेरेंट्स के साथ अकेले बैठ के स्टूडेंट्स के बारे में चर्चा करते थे। ऐसा क्या आपने किया? एज टीचर्स आप करते हो? then your school becomes the second home for the child, जो हमारा विषय है। हमको इन टीचर्स ने आदत गिरा दी थी। You'd be surprised to know that every Monday we are supposed to cut our nails. मैं बहुत छोटी छोटी बातें करता हूँ, लेकिन how it becomes the child's second home, छोटी बातें हैं लेकिन इससे बहुत बड़ा लाभ होता है। Let me talk of myself. From KG, kindergarten, we were taught by our teachers that every Monday morning you should cut your hand nails. Today at the age of 52, I have this habit. Tomorrow morning I will cut my nails. ये मैंने एक बात की, ऐसे 100 प्रकार की बातें। तो go beyond your textbooks, जो मुख्य विषय पे हम बात कर रहे हैं, the last 5 minutes of your period should be something like this, that you make them, बार बार मैं 3 शब्द प्रयोग कर रहा हूं, स्मार्ट प्रोफेशनल, ग्रेट ह्यूमन बीइंग एंड एन आइडियल सिटीजन। उसमें यह बात आ गई जो किरत ने कही, एन ऑनर्ड प्लेस इन अ कल्चर्ड सोसाइटी। तो ये सभी कुछ बात है। टर्न योर चिल्ड्रन इनटू डायमंड्स, शाइनिंग डायमंड्स, प्राइसलेस डायमंड्स। और डायमंड्स के बारे में लिखा जाता है, डायमंड्स आर फॉरएवर, वे हमेशा के लिए होते हैं। अ डायमंड इज अ डायमंड एवर, उसकी वैल्यू बढ़ती जाती है, कभी कम नहीं होती। योर स्टूडेंट इन फ्यूचर व्हेन ही कम्स बैक टू यू आफ्टर 20 years, after 30 years, after 40 years, when you teachers and you parents both in your ripe old age of 75, 80, 85, Kirat, now I'm telling you, after 40 years, when somebody walks up to your house and just knocks at your door, or the bell rings and you open the door, you are 85, 90 years old, and a young man comes to right in front of you, putting his eye into your eye and says, "Sahib, maine odkho." You say, you are a popular face and a big name, but how come you're here? He says, "Sir, I'm the captain of Indian cricket team and I was a student of my Apple school in your tuition. If in future the president or the prime minister of India says that I studied in my Apple school and he was my teacher, she was my teacher, what a proud feeling. Your tuition take care of 10,000 students is good. Producing one Abdul Kalam, producing one Sachin Tendulkar, producing one Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, producing one Virat Kohli is the real credit of the teacher. Pick up one student from your class, give special attention to him or her, take care of them. In future, for example, at present, the Tokyo Olympics are going on. And yesterday, what was the good news? We got the second medal in the women's boxing category. Imagine a student proudly standing on the pedestal, receiving a gold, silver, or bronze, whatever medal at the Olympics. And after receiving the medal, presenting himself in front of the entire press gallery. And he proudly says that I was trained in this. My inclination towards this got more developed when I was at my Apple school 15 years back. The onus lies on teachers. If you can make this happen, the school becomes the second home for the child. One step further, teach them the value of service. Then it becomes the second home for the child. You know, at Harvard School, their principal motto is enter to learn and leave to serve. क्या खूब बात है. Enter to learn and leave to serve. यहाँ आप आते हो सीखने के लिए, यहाँ से आप जाते हो सेवा करने के लिए. यह हार्वर्ड का मोटो है. इस प्रकार की एक अच्छी बात, एक अच्छे विचार लेके हम भी बैठे. जो 4 हाउसेस बनाए, सत्य, ट्रूथ, जो 4 हाउसेस बनाए, उसका मोटो क्या है? उसका मोटो ये है कि you get a sense of pride. You get a sense of your proud existence. You are able to bring out your inner talents, inner self out. You are able to create a better you. Now I'm talking to the students. You participating, that is the students participating in the activities of the 4 houses. मुझे याद है हम जब स्कूल में पढ़ते थे तब हमारे भी 4 हाउसेस हुआ करते थे. विनोबा, विवेकानंद, इकबाल और लिंकन, ये 4 हमारे हाउसेस होते हैं. और fortunately, today I'm feeling it. And of course, maybe it is a coincidence. I was always the captain of Vivekanand House. And today I'm a saint, a saffron-clad saint. I was always the captain for like many years of my Vivekanand House. But ये house की activities में as students, I'm talking to you, would participate. And that gives you an opportunity to bring your inner self out. That gives you an opportunity to bring your latent talents and skills out. That gives you an opportunity to create a better of yourself. So participate in all the activities. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. We want to balance work and play, which you are taught at school. And when the school can manage it well, all work, all play, well balanced, the school becomes the second home of the child. Balance of studies, academics, and sports. Then it becomes, again, the 3 words: a smart professional, great human being, and a citizen. Coming to the point that teach your children the value of services. जो हम हार्वर्ड की बात कर रहे थे कि सेवा भावना सिखाना. कमाने जाएंगे बाजार में, एकेडमिक क्वालिफिकेशन अच्छा है, प्रोफेशनल करियर अच्छा बनेगा, पैसा तो कमाओगे, परिवार का संवर्धन तो करोगे, लेकिन some portion of that money Some part of your own self, that is your time, give it generously back to the society. Teachers teach the children. बचपन में ये बात सिखाई जाती है. प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज हमारे गुरु, जिन्होंने ये बीएपीएस संस्था विश्वव्यापी बनाई. We are one of the largest organizations in the world with a permanent seat in the United Nations as an NGO. प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज हमेशा ये बात सिखाते थे. સ્પષ્ટ ગુજરાતીમાં એમની ભાષામાં એક બહુ જ સરસ એ વાત કરતા હતા. જ્યારે વિદ્યાર્થીઓ માટે વાત કરતા હોય, શિક્ષકોને વાત કરતા હોય, ત્યારે પોતે શિક્ષકોને કહેતા, માતા પિતાને કહેતા, જે એમના એક્ઝેક્ટ શબ્દ, quoting him not just word to word but letter to letter, I want to share with you. He used to say, ફેરફાર બીજમાં થાય, વૃક્ષમાં ન થાય. That is when your children are young. They will mend the way you decide, you train, you coach, you tuition. So mend their thinking, mend their habits, mend their emotions. Teach them empathy. कि आप कमाओगे लेकिन सेवा करना. आपके पास अच्छा एकेडमिक्स हैं, प्रोफेशनल डिग्रीज हैं. You will have wonderful professional posts, but at the same time become a humble servant of the society. ऑफिस के अंदर 3 पीस सूट पहन के आप एक कॉर्पोरेट अच्छी तरह से चलाओगे, चलाना वो स्मार्ट प्रोफेशनलिज्म में जरूर है, लेकिन साथ में एक महान व्यक्ति, महान मनुष्य भी बनना है. तो छोटी से छोटी भी समाज की सेवा हो, स्वच्छता अभियान हो, तो हाथ में झाड़ू लेके जहां भी आपको सेवा दी गई है वहां सब कुछ स्वच्छ करना, वो भी सेवा करना. Teach them the value of service. If all the children are taught this at your school, the school becomes the second home of the child that we are discussing. Each and every citizen upon this earth, if they understand the value of service, and just 2 hours of practical service a week, I propagate this more and more in the society through my talks. You have 168 hours in a week. 166, use it for yourself. Just 2 hours a week, give back to the society. Teach your children this in the last 5 minutes of the period. जो भी organization, जो भी cause is close to your heart, an orphanage, or a medical institute, a hospital, or a school, जो भी कार्य क्षेत्र में, सेवा क्षेत्र में आपकी मन की पसंदगी हो, आपको श्रद्धा हो, आपको आनंद आता हो, उस सेवा में आपको जुड़ना चाहिए. Teach your children this from early childhood. सब पिकनिक पे ले जाते होंगे अपने बच्चों को. किराट कभी ऑर्फनेज में इस बच्चों को ले गए? यस और नो?
Yes, sir.
जो भी, तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. ऑर्फनेज में जाके उस बच्चों को बताना कि देखो, you are privileged, you are lucky, you are fortunate. But the children at the orphanage are your brothers and sisters. कभी कोई दिवाली के वक्त पे फटाके लेके उस बच्चों के पास, उस बच्चों को ऑर्फनेज में ले जाना. कभी when the times are normal, not the corona times but the normal times, कोई हॉस्पिटल में जाके एक एक दर्दी के बेड पे जाके हम अपने बच्चों को बीएपीएस में इस तरह से ट्रेन करते. बड़ौदा सिटी में हमारे 150 से भी ज्यादा चिल्ड्रंस एक्टिविटीज के लिए चिल्ड्रंस फोरम्स चलते हैं. Every Sunday, more than 1,000 children, they come together at our Atladra temple here in Baroda. Our 2 saints were academically well qualified, graduate and postgraduate. They're full time in the service of these children's forums. हम उनको इस प्रकार की सभी ट्रेनिंग देते हैं ताकि वो सेवा का मूल्य समझे, सेवा की भावना उनके हृदय में ज्यादा प्रकट हो. और समाज सेवा एक मनुष्य का कर्तव्य है, कर्तव्य से आगे मनुष्य का गौरव है. इस प्रकार की समझ, इस प्रकार की भावना वो अपने जीवन में या अपना जीवन उस भावना और उस समझ के पे केंद्रित कर सके और व्यक्त होके एक अच्छा समाज सेवक बन सके. सो हार्वर्ड स्कूल में जो सिखाया जाता है मैं आपसे शेयर करता हूँ. टीच योर चिल्ड्रन वैल्यू ऑफ सर्विस, देन इट बिकम्स द सेकंड होम ऑफ द चिल्ड्रन. अनदर गुड एस्पेक्ट, संयम नियम के पाठ पढ़ाना. टेल योर चिल्ड्रन that a mobile phone is good, a tablet is good, an iPad is good for your academics, for your professionalism. ये सभी gadgets are your wonderful secretaries, wonderful helpers, wonderful assistants. But if you don't use it judiciously, if you cross certain limits, ये सभी gadgets are dangerous and can spoil and ruin your life. Teach your children this at school. The school becomes the second home for your children. We want our children to be gadget friendly. Definitely, I agree with, because I am a man of science and man of spirituality both. I finished my engineering way back in 1991, almost 30 years back, 3 decades back. So I'm a man of science. And since last 30 years, after my Diksha, I'm a man of spirituality, man of religion as well. So I can tell you from the combination of these two. कोई आपको एक दृष्टि से बात कर सकता है, हम आपको दोनों दृष्टि से बात कर सकते हैं. From the science point of view, from spirituality point of view. From science point of view, from humanity point of view. From science point of view, from morality point of view. iPhone, iPad या कोई भी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक गैजेट आपके बच्चे के एकेडमिक्स के लिए एक अद्भुत सहाय है. अभी लॉकडाउन के वक्त ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन में ये सभी गैजेट्स they were like and they have become a necessary part of life. मैं कई बार हंसते हंसते कहता हूं कि एक समय था जब स्कूल में बच्चे आईफोन लेके जाते थे, तब स्कूल टीचर्स या स्कूल एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर्स उनको कहते थे कि नहीं, आपको स्कूल में फोन लेके नहीं आना है. यू आर स्टिल अ चाइल्ड स्टडिंग इन 5th स्टैंडर्ड, 6th स्टैंडर्ड, 7th स्टैंडर्ड. यू आर नॉट सपोज्ड टू कैरी अ स्कूल 7th स्टैंडर्ड. यू आर नॉट सपोज्ड टू कैरी अ स्कूल इन इट. ये पिछले एक डेढ़ साल में the gadget that was banned at school, it actually helped the school reach to children's homes. So these are gadgets, they are wonderful assistants. लेकिन टीचर्स और पेरेंट्स, अब दोनों को बात कर रहा हूं मैं, टीचर्स और पेरेंट्स की ये जिम्मेदारी है कि आप इस गैजेट्स का जुडिशियस उपयोग बच्चों को सिखाएं. If they cross certain limits, प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज एक बार न्यूयॉर्क में थे, अमेरिका में, परदेश धर्म यात्रा पे पधारे थे. वहां न्यूयॉर्क एयरपोर्ट पर कोई पत्रकार ने प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज से प्रश्न पूछा कि ये आधुनिक टेक्नोलॉजी है, ये इंटरनेट है, ये इलेक्ट्रॉनिक गैजेट्स हैं, वो आशीर्वाद है या श्राप है? मतलब इज इट अ ब्लेसिंग और इज इट अ कर्स? प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज ने अपने विशाल अनुभव से बहुत ही सुंदर उत्तर दिया. प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज ने कहा कि विवेक से उपयोग करेंगे तो आशीर्वाद है, विवेक चूक जाएंगे तो ये श्राप है. Judicious use, these gadgets are blessings. Non-judicious use, they are a curse. Teach your children this, and the school becomes the second home for the children. संयम नियम के पाठ पढ़ाना. हमारी संस्कृति में 25 साल तक ब्रह्मचर्य आश्रम था, 26 से 50 तक गृहस्थ आश्रम की बातें थी. From 51 to 75, it was one prastha ashram. From 75 to 100, it was sannyas ashram. ये शब्द तो हमने सुने हैं, लेकिन let me tell you with all pride as an Indian that these things are taught today in the top class management gurus teachings. Top class management gurus that teach this. When you are in their studying age, आप बच्चे हो, and now I'm talking to the students. आप स्कूल में पढ़ने के लिए जाते हो, Do you wish that you have a photographic memory? Do you wish that you score 90, 95, 98, and 100% in your academics and make your school proud, make your administrators, teachers proud, make your parents proud, and make the society proud, make the nation proud? तो संयम नियम रखना पड़ेगा. आप अनेक प्रकार की टीवी सीरियल, अनेक प्रकार की मूवीज देखेंगे, याददाश्त कम हो जाएगी. आप अनेक प्रकार के चलचित्र जो बच्चों को नहीं देखने चाहिए आप देखेंगे, आपका संयम नियम चला जाएगा, संयम की वृत्ति नहीं रहेगी, आपकी शक्ति बह जाएगी और आपकी याददाश्त कम हो जाएगी. बहुत बच्चों की फरियाद है आज, याद नहीं रहता है, मैं मेमोराइज करता हूँ, ट्राई करता हूँ, याद नहीं रहता है. इसलिए याद नहीं रहता है कि आप ये चलचित्र बहुत प्रकार के देखते हो, फिर ये जीबी भर जाती है. यहाँ जो जीबी है ना, जो स्पेस है, वो भर जाती है. इट बिकम्स फुल एंड देन इट डजंट एक्सेप्ट न्यू थिंग्स. तो ये ब्रह्मचर्य आश्रम 25 साल तक है, जो हमारी संस्कृति में बच्चों के लिए, विद्यार्थी के लिए जो निर्मित की गई है, हमारे महान ऋषि मुनियों ने जो हमें ये भेंट दी है एक संस्कृति की, वो संयम नियम के पाठ बहुत जरूरी. यू वुड बी सरप्राइज्ड टू नो दैट द एक्स प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ अमेरिका Barack Obama actually he put aside, that is, he did a project where he put aside $900 million to design a program where he asked the teachers of primary school to teach the lessons of celibacy, that is brahmacharya, to the students in the entire country of United States. $900 million he funded for this project, Barack Obama, in 2009. समझते हैं ये लोग कि आप अनेक प्रकार के रूप देखते हो, आपकी शक्ति चली जाती है आंख में से. You have to control your senses. Teaching this at school, the school becomes the second home for the child. ये संयम नियम के पाठ बहुत जरूरी है. I'm not saying that you stop entertainment, you stop watching cricket. I'm not telling that. But you have to limit yourself. You have to control yourself. You have to curb your desires to quite an extent. So तेजस्विता बढ़ जाएगी, याददाश्त बढ़ जाएगी, the power to think बढ़ जाएगा, that thought to put in the right words at the right time, वो शक्ति बढ़ जाएगी, the power to express yourself in the midst of people, जो भी बात बताई ना, कि to have an honored place in a cultured society, वो expression आपका बढ़ जाएगा. ये संयम नियम के पाठ जरूरी है. 25-30 साल पहले पूना में सारे भारत के यूनिवर्सिटीज के वाइस चांसलर्स इकट्ठे हुए थे. 3 दिन का ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग सेशन रखा गया था. What was the principal point of discussion at that time? यार बच्चे को हम स्कूल में एजुकेट तो करते हैं, एकेडमिकली क्वालिफाइड तो बनाते हैं, लेकिन जब समाज में अराजकता देखते हैं तो यही लोग करते हैं. See, these bombs and missiles are not made by illiterate people. They are made by some of the finest graduates from some of the finest universities in the world. These weapons of mass destruction are not made by illiterate people. They are made by scientists from some of the best universities in the world. तो क्या भाई साहब आपको साइंटिस्ट बनाया इतनी अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटी में से, तो मनुष्य को मारने की प्रवृत्ति आप 16 घंटे लैबोरेटरी में करते हो. उनको मानवता नहीं सिखाई गई थी स्कूल में, उनको धार्मिकता नहीं सिखाई गई थी स्कूल में, उनको आध्यात्मिकता नहीं सिखाई गई थी स्कूल में. इसलिए पढ़े तो सही. जैसे हमारे प्रोफेसर मदन थे एमएस यूनिवर्सिटी के, जो हमारे उस समय 1985 में आए थे, तब उन्होंने कहा था कि वी आर प्रोड्यूसिंग एजुकेटेड मंकीज एट आवर इंस्टीट्यूट्स. पढ़े लिखे बंदर पैदा करते हैं. क्यों? पढ़े लिखे तो अच्छे हैं, लेकिन समाज उपयोगी, समाज सेवा प्रवृत्ति कम करते हैं, समाज का नुकसान ज्यादा करते हैं. जब कोई इलिटरेट व्यक्ति चोरी करता है तो 500, 1000, 25-50 हजार की करता है. और जो लिटरेट व्यक्ति होता है, पावरफुल पोजीशन में बैठ जाता है, तब 50,000 करोड़, 1 लाख करोड़, 1.5 लाख करोड़ की चोरी करता है। तो बड़ी चोरी पढ़े लिखे ही करते हैं। इसलिए मैं साफ साफ बात बताता हूं कि मोर डैमेज इज कॉस्ट टू द सोसाइटी बाय एजुकेटेड पीपल देन लेस एजुकेटेड पीपल। समाज को ज्यादा नुकसान पढ़े लिखे ने पहुंचाया है, अनपढ़ ने नहीं। Why? Their intellect was not trained on the lines of morality. ये एक वाक्य याद करना, ये एक वाक्य पे आपका कोर्सेज डिजाइन करना, ये एक वाक्य आप टीचर्स मन में रख के अपने बच्चों को पढ़ाना, सिखाना, गार्डन करना, then the school becomes the second home for the child. वो वाक्य फिर से दोहराना चाहूंगा, train their intellect on the lines of morality. Again, train the intellect of your students on the lines of morality. Again, train the intellect of your children on the lines of morality. Then you will produce, again I repeat the 3 words, smart professionals, great human beings, and ideal citizens of the society. And the last thing that I would like to share with you is, if you want to really make your school the second home of child, make your school heaven, not just an academic institute. Teach your children faith in God. Prayers तो होती है, स्कूल में प्रेयर्स होना बहुत आवश्यक है। मैं संत हूं इसलिए बात कर रहा हूं, ऐसी बात नहीं है। ये हकीकत है, साइंटिफिकली प्रूव्ड है, सोशल सर्वे की दृष्टि से प्रूव्ड है, इंडिविजुअल एक्सपीरियंस की दृष्टि से प्रूव्ड है। टीच योर चिल्ड्रन फेथ इन गॉड। अमेरिका में फेडरल ब्यूरो ऑफ इन्वेस्टिगेशन के डायरेक्टर थे इटगर हुअर, द फाउंडर डायरेक्टर. He had worked with many US presidents, both the Democrats and the Republicans. On his farewell day, in the presence of an august audience, he made a farewell speech. And in that speech, he said, I have dealt with crime for 40 years. In that, the last 15 years of my career, that is more than 15 years, I dealt with child and teenage crime. बच्चे हिंसा क्यों करते हैं? Why do children carry arms at schools? This is happening in US schools. You might be hearing this such incidents every second, third month. That a high school student carried a semi-automatic gun from his house to the school, was on a shooting spree, killed 2, 3, 5 students, even a teacher. It happens. In 1999 में कोलंबिया में हुआ था पहली दफा. Those students, 2 students, they carried semi-automatic weapons, killed about 12, 13 children, killed a teacher. And then they committed suicide. A committee was formed by the US government that why such kind of behaviors, violent behaviors by students at school. That committee, after a detailed research and survey, they came to a conclusion that these children lacked strong support system. These children lacked a nurtured environment at home and school. That nurtured environment is teaching humanity, morality, religiosity and spirituality. तो मैं बात कर रहा था एफबीआई के डायरेक्टर इटगर हुअर की. फेयरवेल स्पीच में उन्होंने बताया 15 साल से मैं चाइल्ड एंड टीनेज क्राइम पे काम कर रहा हूं. जो बच्चों ने कुछ क्राइम किया है उस बच्चों के साथ मैं रहता हूं, उनका मानस जानने का प्रयत्न करता हूं. व्हाई डिड ही कमिट अ वायलेंट एक्ट? उनके घर जाके उनके माता पिता के साथ रहता हूं, परिवारजन के साथ रहता हूं, उनको पढ़ने का प्रयत्न करता हूं, उनकी आदतें देखने का प्रयत्न करता हूं, घर में जो कल्चर है वो समझने का प्रयत्न करता हूं, उनके टीचर्स के साथ में रहता हूं, टीचर्स की पढ़ाई सिखाई किस प्रकार की थी, सीख किस प्रकार थी वो समझने का प्रयत्न करता हूं. From that, he designed the rehabilitation courses for such children and teenagers. He designed the rehabilitation centers for them. After telling this to the audience at his farewell ceremony, he asked a very simple question to the audience, which I am asking you, the teachers, the parents, the administrators of the school. Do you want a crime-free world? Yes or no? If yes, just raise your hands. We all want a crime-free world. We want heaven upon this earth. We want a wonderful society where people live without any kind of fear. In many countries, people are living constant in fear. अभी 1 घंटे पहले के समाचार हैं, 1-2 घंटे पहले के समाचार हैं. The airport at Kandahar in Afghanistan is being attacked by rockets and missiles. So all the incoming, outgoing flights have been stopped. कितना violence बढ़ता जा रहा है. In the midst of this, we want a crime-free world. सभी ने हाथ ऊंचे किए. हाँ, हमें crime-free world चाहिए. Then Edgar Hoover, out of his 40 years of experience of dealing with crime, in the midst of that 15 years of experience of dealing with child and teenage crime, and designing rehab programs and rehab centers for children and teenagers who committed crime, he says, now all of you listen carefully. I'm quoting Edgar Hoover, not just word to word, but letter to letter. Edgar Hoover says, a child who has been taught to obey the laws of God will find very little difficulty in obeying the laws of man. So teach your children faith in God. This is into inverted commas by Edgar Hoover. Again, I repeat, a child who has been taught to obey the laws of God will find very little difficulty in obeying the laws of man in future. So teach your children faith in God. भगवान के प्रति आप श्रद्धा करवाएंगे तो वो देश का, समाज का एक आदर्श नागरिक, एक अच्छा मनुष्य बनेगा. We want to make our children, again the 3 words, smart professional, great human being, and an ideal citizen. Teach them faith in God. Edgar Hoover tells this. ऐसे मेरे पास 100 बातें हैं जहां इस प्रकार के विचारक, इस प्रकार के शिक्षणविद, इस प्रकार के समाज सुधारक, इस प्रकार के लोग जो समाज के लिए चिंतित हैं, इन लोगों ने ये बताया कि बचपन से बालक को भगवान के प्रति श्रद्धा सिखा के उनको मानवता, नैतिकता, प्रामाणिकता, धार्मिकता और आध्यात्मिकता सिखाना. जो प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज ने बताया, मैंने आपको प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज का कोटेशन कोट दिया था कि if you want to make a change in the seed. You can't make any change in the tree. बच्चों को बचपन से ये बात आपको सिखानी है. Then your school becomes the second home for the child. So in short, जो 4-5 बातें मैंने आपके सामने रखी, if you want to make your school a second home, school is definitely the second home. Let me talk both ways. If you want to make your school a second home, and your school is definitely a second home for the child, first, knowledge, because knowledge is power. Second, the lessons of selfless service. Third, the lessons of discipline, sanyam or niyam. Fourth, the sense of selfless help. Fifth, the sense of faith in God. This makes school the second home. School is definitely the second home of the child, because as I said earlier, at home, the child has biological parents. At school, the child has academic parents. I don't call teachers teachers. I call them academic parents. Teachers are academic parents of the child. Don't just remain teachers. Become academic parents of your children, of your students. I wish all you success on the 14th Foundation Day of My Apple School Sanskar Foundation. Thank you, Kirat, for inviting me for this event today. Thank you, all the delegates of this webinar today, to patiently me. My innermost wish, my innermost prayers at the feet of Bhagwan Swami Narayan, my Guru Hari Pramukh Swami Maharaj, and Pragat Guru Hari Mahan Swami Maharaj, to bless you all, the students, the teaching, non-teaching staff, the administrators of the school, and the parents and the guests, to make our children, for the last time today, the three things: smart professional, great human being, and an ideal citizen of the society. Thank you very much. Prayers for you all.
Respected Gyanvatsal Swami, Jai Swami Narayan, I pay all my respects to you and I thank your soul to address us today. I would like to address the audience with us that I am surely short of words because each time we listen to Dr. Gyanvatsal Swami, we not only get to learn new lessons of life, but also we get an additional dictionary of positive words, thoughts, and learnings from the speech of respected Dr. Gyanvatsal Swami. This reminds me about someone who has wished us this morning that today, at the end of 14 years, My Apple School Sanskar Foundation નો વનવાસ પૂરો થયો અને રાજયોગ શરૂ થયો. પણ જેનો વનવાસ આટલો મીઠો હતો એનો રાજયોગ જરૂર અપ્રતિમ હશે. Once again, I thank our own respected Dr. Gyanvatsal Swamiji. And before I finally say goodbye to every one of you, Swamiji, I would like to share a small video made by our dear students and dear teachers, which showcases the moments and memories of last 14 years.
So nice. I would be happy to see it.
Thank you.
So nice.
Thank you. Swamiji, if we can request someone to, okay, I will do it from here because I need to be the host. Can Dheeraj bhai help us?
Now you are the host.
All right.
I made you the host.
Ji. Thank you. Thank you so much.
मेरी दुनिया तू ही रे, मेरी खुशियाँ तू ही रे. मेरी दुनिया तू ही रे, मेरी खुशियाँ तू ही रे. रात दिन तेरे लिए सजदे करूं, दुआएं मांगू रे. मैं यहाँ अपने लिए रब से तेरी बनाए मांगू रे. जिद्दी है, हम नहीं मानेंगे, करते ही जाएंगे बदमाशियाँ। कह दो ये जमाने वालों से, नए छीने हमसे आजादियाँ। है दिल में जो कहना है जैसे तैसे ही रहना है। ओ एक जिंदगी है, ज्यादा नहीं पर थोड़ा तो बिगड़ेंगे, हम नहीं सुधरेंगे, हम नहीं सुधरेंगे, थोड़ा और बिगड़ेंगे, हम नहीं सुधरेंगे। सवेरे सवेरे यारों से मिलने बन ठन के निकले सवेरे सवेरे यारों से मिलने घर से दूर चले, रोके से ना रुके हम, मर्जी से चले हम, बादल सा गरजे हम, सावन सा बरसे हम, सूरज सा चमके हम, स्कूल चले हम, स्कूल चले हम। दरवाजे से दुनिया के राज खुलते हैं, कोई आगे चलता है, हम पीछे चलते हैं, दीवारों पे किस्मत अपनी लिखी जाती है, इससे हमको जीने की वजह मिलती जाती है, रोके से न रुके हम, मर्जी से चले हम, बादल सा गरजे हम, सावन सा बरसे हम, सूरज सा चमके हम, स्कूल चले हम, स्कूल चले हम। बादल सा गरजे हम, सावन सा बरसे हम, स्कूल चले हम, स्कूल चले हम, स्कूल चले हम।
So Swamiji, this has been our beautiful journey with our students, and today we are blessed that we had you to bless with the words, and kind words are going to definitely give that motivation, learnings to all of us as teachers, parents and all the students. So I once again heartily thank your good soul to be with us, and kindly request that keep on being with us. Whenever you feel, you please let us know. We would love to be with you and always invite you with events to come in future.
Thank you. Thank you for your kind
So
words.
much. Jai Shri Swaminarayan.
Jai Swami. Take care. All prayers.
Thank you. Thank you.